2, 3, go.
Lord, I keep on thanking you for making me a woman. Lord, I am a virtuous one whose prize is far above ruby. Lord, I keep on thanking you for making me a woman. Lord, I am a virtuous one whose prize is far above rubies. Happy Mother's Day
Happy
to
Mother's
all of
Day.
you beautiful sisters out
Happy
there.
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. These are my sisters from the Righteous Women Fellowship of Christ Victory Life Chapel, South Africa. And in honor of our Mother's Day today, we just want to do a bit of our table talk. Just talk about what mothers are and what the day is all about. Remember, when purpose is not defined, abuse is inevitable. Who is a mother? What are mothers for? What do they stand for? Why do we even have to celebrate mothers and motherhood? Before we jump into the talk, I have with me here my beautiful daughter, Sister Naomi Kinkela. She is here. She's a member of Righteous Women Fellowship, Christ Victory Life Chapel, South Africa. I have my beautiful daughter, Hannah Bello Sage Davids. Yebo, she's our latest bride. I have here my beautiful sister, Minister Christine Oshufuye. You know when you have her in the house is bubbly. And here's my women president. Women president, Christ Victory Life Chapel, South Africa. So we're just going to come to you this afternoon with our gist. This is our gist table. We just want to talk about what mothers and the Mother's Day represent. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so generally speaking, who is a mother?
Personally, I think a mother is one that has bettered forth. Bettered forth in the sense that betting may not be physical, but it could be spiritual, it could be mental, it could be emotional, it could be in a lot of ways. The reason why I say that is that sometimes some people feel, oh, because I do not have a physical child, I've not gone through the physical process of bringing forth a physical baby, I'm not a mother. That's not all. I mean, there are people that go through that process and they throw the child in a bin.
Mhm.
Doesn't make them a mother. So what makes a woman, specifically now a mother, is that nurturing, that care, that love, that going through the process of growth, bringing forth, and then you see that thing that looks like nothing is now something, So if you are part of someone's life in any way and you have bettered something forth, you are a mother.
Yes.
That's my definition of motherhood.
You see, so there are a whole lot of mothers out there in the world who have not gone to the labor room, but they are mothers indeed.
Oh, yes.
And I tell you, I have met a lot of them. I have a very, very special sister who we call Mother Hen, even from the hospital. She's not married, so she has no biological kids of hers. But the day she said, look, you are my child, or you are mine, and anything comes to you, anything concerns you, then you will know that she is a mother. So it's an instinct, it's a God-given instinct that is in all of us as females. Unfortunately, some people don't come out and use that instinct and use what God has put in them because they believe that being a mother is just when you go through the 9 months and then you get pregnant and you have a child. Thank you for that explanation. That is so, so beautiful. So, many times men say we celebrate women too much. We're always celebrating men. Women, Mother's Day, International Women's Day,
I feel
Women's Day.
more Mother's
Tell
Days.
me why.
We
Tell
should
me.
have extra days, maybe every 3 months. There should be a Mother's Day.
Tell me why.
Because
Why?
Mothers are amazing. Mothers they just have this thing that no other person can have. When I say no other person, I mean fathers
Yes.
can't have.
Mhm.
Because they know, like you said, nurturing. If a man doesn't really know how to, he's not even patient enough. You know how I'm not a mother yet, but I've mothered a lot of kids. And I see how for women, for us women, we are very patient with kids. We can tell them, sit down, what is wrong with you? Fathers don't have their patience. And I feel like mothers are,
I think
we're just-
Sister Naomi
Um,
believes that daddy should be
yeah.
celebrated.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yes,
Tell
I want
us.
to talk about this. Not that
That
I
is,
believe that my dad should be celebrated more, but I just want to add on to what she said. Men not having patience, okay, it depends. Not in every man. Yes,
Okay.
not every man. There are men out there that have more passion than women do.
True.
So like I think Mama Pastor also has said they should all be celebrated differently. It's not a general thing that all mothers out there are most caring in the house or most patient in the house. There are fathers that are more than that as well.
True.
So it just depends. But overall, when we talk about a woman, we actually relate to women being more caring and softer and all of that. We actually relate to a woman like that. But it's not always. Not always. I celebrate my mom.
It's so
No, I think it's a
personal
no, I think it's a percentage thing.
It's a
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
What the generality, because when you generalize and you hear them, people say, for example, all men are scum. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
It's just a general term because you have a percentage of negative men, but there's so many wonderful men.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I think that's the same kind of generality that's given to women. Seriously, like what's the Naomi saying? There are some women that if you meet them, you'll be like, you should
Sure.
never get a Mother's Day gift. Nobody should even tell you Happy Mother's
Yeah.
Day because they are
They
very
don't even have
terrible.
patience.
No, you don't. You
They
don't.
don't.
It's not even just beyond terrible. 3 or 4 days ago, in the news, here in South Africa, a teenage mother burnt her child alive.
Mm.
A 10-month-old baby.
Why?
She burnt the baby alive. Maybe she got tired. Yes, set the baby on
Okay,
fire. It was in the news.
Oh
So
my
I agree with you that some women are evil
Yeah.
and they should not be called mothers. But at the same time, Satangiwe, do you still think men have rights to say, oh, women are being celebrated too much?
No, they don't have rights.
Tell me.
We need to be celebrated. After all, we go through many things.
Yeah.
Our husbands, first of all, are our firstborn.
Mm.
Before
Oh, you can say that again. You have to first murder the husband.
Yes. So once we get married, we are expected to take care of our firstborns, which are our husbands. Then ourselves, our kids, the in-house work, the work itself is too much for a mother, for a woman.
Yeah.
So
Time.
we need to be celebrated. As Sister Anna said, I think it should be done in 2 weeks. Mother's Day.
But I think it's also a wrong notion that people have when they say that Mother's Day is celebrated too many times. The truth is that there are just differences.
Women's Day.
Yes, there's an International Mother's Day. There's Women's Day. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Women's Day is the generality of the female folks,
Yeah.
right? And then you also have churches celebrating mothers at different times because of different, they call it like events, like CVLC have Mother's Day. So in the day we do Mother's Day in CVLC, it's only natural for us to at that day reach out and still say Happy Mother's Day. That's not to say that everybody in the world at that time is celebrating Mother's Day. So I think people should understand that it's because of those different events. That's why it seems like Mother's Day is repeated.
But
it's
I'm
not
going to
particularly
indict you,
repeated.
Mr. Christian.
Please.
In South Africa, for example,
Mhm.
there's a whole month dedicated to women.
But
Amen.
yeah, women.
I'm now speaking on the advocate for the men and the fathers.
Not
How come we
mothers.
don't even have a week that is dedicated to men?
Well.
Who wants to defend that constitution? Oh, well.
I am not one of those that put the law in place. I will speak for my humble self. I only give my message when I like it. But in truth, if you check from history, men have been very journalistic. Sorry.
Go on.
So the reality is that over time, there's become a need. You know, when there's a void or something, then there is a need to constantly remind you to feel it. I think that's actually why the Women's Month, Women Should Be Celebrated, became important. If not, there won't be a need for you if you were celebrated every day. The truth is that there won't be a need to keep crying, celebrate us, appreciate what we're doing. That's if we're really appreciated. So I think it was better from that need of women were always at the back burner. Men were always at the forefront. Men made the money. Men were, if you come to a board meeting, a woman is there, they're like, what's she doing here? She should be at home cooking. So people wanted to change the narrative
for the women.
for the women folk.
I
think
totally
that is
agree
why.
with you because coming from our cultural background in Africa, if you go back to the history, women were always second fiddle. You know, where I come from, when you build a house, it's as significant as that. When you build a house as a man, you have to build a hut at the back of the house where your wife will stay. Yes, where I come from. So that used to be the culture. And if you look at it, generally, especially in Africa, you know, we have put the woman, you know, behind. She does all of the work from behind. She should only be head from the back. She has anything to say, she says through the husband. In many cultures up till date, when they have family meetings, they don't call the woman. They don't involve the woman. The woman who went through, maybe they even want to discuss the child. They want to talk about something that concerns the child. The woman throwing the child, the woman took care of this child, even if she was a single mother. A child is getting married, for example. She was brought up by a single mother.
She can't
discuss the
She can't
discuss the lobola.
That's what I want to talk about.
She can't discuss the bride price.
about that.
Now, at that point, they begin to look for the father
Oh,
or his relatives.
Uncles. Yes, that's true.
The father or his relatives who didn't know how this child was birthed, who didn't know where this child, how the mother.
So I want to talk about this. This is it's a life experience that happened to my brain. My mom's young sister, she actually passed on recently. She was one of the ladies, you know, she was my mentor. I loved that lady. And this what happened. My grandmother divorced with her husband. So when they divorced with her husband, she suffered. She lived as a single woman. She didn't want to get married. She wanted to take care of the children. So she had 12. She had 12 kids. And just before my aunt passed on, 6 passed on. And the reason being, everybody neglected her. They neglected her. The father neglected, you know, the children. So they had to. My grandmother had to like push life on her own. She sold. Even my mom was also selling on the streets and things like that. They lived that life. She pushed everything for her children. She lost her children. The father's family were not there. Even her own family were not there. She pushed for them. And then when my aunt, she studied very well. She was very bright. She became a doctor and she married. She got a nice job. Everything was really working out for her. She turned out very well. And she got married. Now, before she got married, it was a problem. Even my mom, when my mom got married, the uncles refused to come and talk for negotiations. They refused. They asked for unreasonable prices. And my granny had no say. She had no say. So it was really bad until my uncles, they had to fight and say, no, we are the men here. We are going to do this. If you guys are not going to come for this, she's going to get married whether you come or not. So the whole process didn't turn out so good. But when my auntie was getting married, then the mother said, no, she even told the son, no, please don't do what you did with my other daughter. You know, I only have 2 daughters. Please, let just the uncles come, because if they don't come, then they won't really accept this marriage and all of that. They came, and on the lobola negotiation, like where they asked for bride price and all of that, normally the mother was supposed to get maybe a refa or something from the in-laws. But for her, they did not give her anything. She did not receive a cent from the bride. She didn't receive anything. But she said, no, it's fine. She told the son, it's fine. Don't fight anyone. Let them take what they want to take. What I want is, I want my daughter to be married. Yes. So sacrificial. So selfless. Yes. I just want my daughter to be married. I want everything to be peaceful. Even if they ask for what, let them take. Since the husband was rich, the family were rich, they're ready to pay anything. So they paid everything and she didn't receive anything. She allowed it. And after the wedding, my aunt, seeing that the mother did not receive anything from the bride price, she went shopping for her. She took her out and gave her something just to cover for it. So this is still on. It still happens.
You see what we're talking about? So that's the reason why people need to be reminded. Because despite all of the sacrifice and the selflessness sometimes that the same mothers put in, it's like people forget. They forget the beautiful gift that mothers are to the world. And I know that there are some people, especially guys who be hearing me now, and they're like, but Eve ate the fruit. But yeah, women are not perfect. Nobody is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the world would have been a very boring place without us. That's what I believe. It would have been a very, very boring place. Think of all of the nurturing that goes through. Let's not even just talk about the pain of labor.
Oh my God.
For me as a person, labor is so difficult for me. I go through the 9 months, I'm jumping up and down. When it's time to push down these babies, it always takes a lot of revival, fasting and prayer.
When a man has headache.
Oh jeez, I was going there, my darling. Now imagine that kind of pain and compare it to when a man has headache. Sister Christine, you know what I'm talking about. I was reminding you, I have that headache. You didn't do anything about it. Did I not tell you my head is paining me? Now it's paining me up to this side. Should we call the doctor? But you will take Panadol. Get into the kitchen.
No one will even know.
With that same headache. Oh, mothers, we are exceptional.
You people should see my husband when he's missing.
Not only your husband. I think it's a general thing with husbands. They sneeze down the house. So everybody knows they are sneezing. And God save you if you don't say bless you. They will remind you. Did you not just hear me sneeze? But women go through a lot even without speaking out, without talking. Well, that being said, we're not saying that the world would have been beautiful without the men. They are the reason why we are mothers after all.
Yes. And in truth, and if we want to be very sincere, I want to really say that the generation of men that we have coming up, we should start giving them the kudos that they deserve.
Amen.
A lot of, that's the truth. A lot of those younger men are beginning to stand up for women, are beginning to change the narrative.
Yes.
They saw how their mothers were treated. They don't want to do it to their own wives. I mean, you see men speaking of like, you can't talk to her like that. You can't do that. You can't do that. And for me, if you are that young guy, that man that is doing that, we celebrate you because you are one of those reasons why, things are changing. And Sister Naomi did say about patience. I just wanted to bring us a little bit back there when she said it. I'm not a very patient person with kids. Personally, I'm very weak with kids. That's what, okay, maybe some people think I am, but I don't really think so. But my husband is extremely patient. Especially with my girls. Sometimes my girls are running up and down. I come out of the room. I want everywhere to be clean. I am on shouting. And all the husband is like, let it go. Just let, so they're like excited. This guy is the bomb. This woman is always shouting. I know that we women want the house to want order. However, I'm just saying, some men really tolerate. Some men are not actually that tolerant. So I'm trying to say that we have young men, younger generation, as it were, that are beginning to change this narrative. And we also as women, we must also celebrate and applaud them. So we don't do to them what was done to our mothers. Because if we don't applaud them and tell them, we appreciate the fact that you guys appreciate us better. I don't think growing up I ever saw my dad or people who come and tell my mom Happy Mother's Day, buy her gifts, even us make her food like today now. Everybody's doing this and no, my mom never had that. So, but we understand that, we know that, we are experiencing that. So, as they do that to us, I think we should also loudly and celebrate the men.
So, are we issuing a communique on behalf of the men? We should have at least 1 week for men. Men's week.
But we have men's week.
No, I'm talking about the nation, South Africa as a whole. South Africa, Nigeria should declare a week for men, so we can celebrate these men that are amazing men that are coming up.
I agree with you. At the same time, I think we should, just the way we say that women should be celebrated as often as possible. You at home, celebrate your man as much as you can. The day he makes an extra effort to do something extra, celebrate him extra. Loudly, loudly, because if not,
Appreciate
then you're
them,
taking him for granted because he wouldn't probably have done it also.
And I think us, we mothers as well, we should put these things in our sons' heads, so that they will grow up to become those type of men.
Just to talk about
Thank you. That's a valid point. A lot of sons and a lot of men actually are failing in their department because they don't know what to do.
True.
It's not like they would not have wanted to do it, but growing up, what they saw, in their homes and is what they are practicing. So as mothers, it's also our duty to teach these men how they should be fathers, real fathers, looking at the women that we have in the Bible, the mothers in the Bible, the roles they played. Ruth is a very beautiful story. I love that woman in the Bible. Her determination to go with her mother-in-law, even when there was nothing. When it looks. And many of us have done it, going with our men when there was nothing.
Yes.
And building the man into something. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
We are like the roots. We are like the roots. We are like the roots of the Bible. Even when it looks like there's nothing in sight. Ruth went on, and because of her, I believe Naomi didn't die on time. Because imagine the situation. Naomi had lost her son, husband.
She would have died of a heart attack.
Oh, she would have died early. That girl preserved her mother-in-law and also preserved a generation, by going with them. Okay. Am I preaching now? No. I don't want to preach. I don't want to preach. But you see, these are women in the Bible. Look at Esther. Esther stood for a whole nation despite being a slave.
But what about the role of Naomi also?
Yeah, as a mother-in-law.
I asked myself, let's be very practical. In this day and time, a mother-in-law that a child or daughter-in-law she doesn't have any tie to her anymore.
Yeah, but
she
will cling to her. It speaks a lot about Naomi and her kind of character. Very true.
It means that she must have really been a mother.
Yes.
A mother indeed. So at that point, this girl was ready to leave her own biological mother because nobody said she didn't have a mother and follow a woman to a place she did not even know.
Yes.
Naomi.
That's my kind of mother.
She even followed the mother's
I'm going to be that kind of mother-in-law.
Amen.
Me too. You too, because what?
Girls.
They're going to bring you songs. They're going to bring you songs. I can't wait. Yeah. So, and I want songs. And they'll be excellent songs. Excellent songs. Great men. They'll come and fill the void if there's any for you in your family. It's what we should always pray for every one of us. I pray that God will make us excellent mothers. From my childhood as a young girl, the day I read Tommy O'Martin's book about motherhood, and she said motherhood is a calling, I learned to pray about this thing that is called motherhood. If we fail at it, we have failed God. We have not only failed our children, we've not only failed the nation, but we'll be failing God. So you are out there, you're a mother in waiting, you are a mother to be, whatever tag that is attached to you. Know that you are exceptional, you were created different, you were created beautiful, you were created strong, you were created resilient. And the reason why God did all of that is because He has given us a ministry, a calling which we need to fulfill. Fulfill your calling. Be a true mother and a true mother-in-law. I like that. Okay, now we're calling it mother-in-love. It's also a new way of polishing it, and it's nice because it is love that makes them our mothers. By loving their sons, right? They become our mothers. So yes, it's okay to call them mother-in-law. Whatever title they give you as a woman, as a mother, please remember it is a calling and you need to fulfill the calling. And to all of the daddies and the men who are out there, don't be jealous.
Don't be jealous.
Stay in your lane. Be the head that God has called you to be. Fulfill your calling too as a father, as a husband, as a protector, as a provider. There's so much on the shoulder of the men. And one of my brothers will always say it is responsibility that makes a man. Your ability to carry responsibility is what makes you a man. Don't run from your responsibility.
Yes.
Don't have kids that you don't take care of. It doesn't matter whether you are with their mother or not. Be in their lives. That's what makes you a father. It's not because you donated the sperm and then you made that lady pregnant. Yeah, we know now you're a man, but you're not a father. There are two different things. Okay, now this topic's not going to finish. When we start.
But same thing with mothers. I just wanted to also
Both
reiterate
ways.
that being a mother, do not be myopic. Do not feel that you're calling to be a mom. I was talking to Anna just recently that I was showing her a picture of someone and I said, this is one of my best child. You know, I have lots of best child. In fact, some of my children are not living close to me. They're in different countries of the world. But we touch down. What's happening in your life? What's this? Become that beck of direction of, you could just be a mentor. Just be that person that person like look up to, they listen to, they want to hear from you. You have direction in their life. Sometimes they may just cut off from you. It's okay. You fulfill destiny. Pick up another child. Be a blessing. Pour out yourself. There is nothing as beautiful as being that eye for that child, because you never know. Some of them may never have that kind of relationship with their own mom, but you may just be that reason why that child fulfills destiny. So do not just feel, oh, God has called me. I have 3 children. Hey, like Candy said, it's too much stress. I go to work. I go to this. It's too much stress. I tell you, there's something you can do in the life of that girl that is your neighbor, that is probably almost becoming a prostitute, and just holding her one evening, holding her strong, giving her a meal could just change her destiny. You never know. So just be that mom that we need in this generation.
Amen.
Amen.
Did you just preach or what? That's a very beautiful sermon. Please, we celebrate you mothers. It's a day to celebrate mothers. We celebrate motherhood. We are proud mothers.
Yes.
We don't want to be fathers.
Yes.
I was just saying to them earlier on that I am
it.
not one of those who fight for women equality. Woman should be equal with man. Blah 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 blah. I'm very comfortable in my space as a woman. I don't want to be equal with any man.
No. I like me.
Yeah, because if you actually look at it, okay, now I'm going to offend some men. Some women are higher than men. Yeah, not higher in the sense of maybe head and neck, like the Bible says it. Higher in what they can do.
Yes.
So if I now want to equal myself to someone who I'm already higher than, I'm belittling myself.
Yes.
Preach. Wear your crown proudly. Wear your crown proudly as a woman.
And be everything that
Be
you can
everything
be.
that you can be.
True.
We have seen it. Women are making waves all around the world. Women are scientists. Women are making discoveries. Women are sitting at the head of boards.
Yes.
Great things are happening with women. We've gone past the time when we only could just give birth, tie the napkin, send the boy to school. No. So be everything
Now we
that
buy
you
the
can be.
Dano
Oh yes, we're buying the buildings, baby. We celebrate you sisters out there. Thank you for joining us. We love you so much.
Yeah.
We love our husbands, our brothers, our pastors. We don't want them to take us off air, you know.
Okay, so before we go quick touchdown, you see, in recent times, I remember recently we're talking and my brother sent a message and he says, this role thing of women and men is one of the major problems, especially, like you said, equality and all that. Some men get offended. Like, okay, so I'm going to still change I'm going to change the, what do you call the oil, the engine oil.
In the car.
That you tell me that's a male role, but then
I can
you
change the engine oil if I
you
want.
now want me to come in and cook. You still want me to clean. And so which one is woman one, which one is man one? I think this gender role is also a problem that people don't understand. I think people should understand. I know it's very broad, but I just wanted to touch up on it to say that it is, like she said, it is wrong for you to think of yourself as a woman when you're doing stuff. I think it's that understanding that causes the problem. Or think of yourself in your own home as a man when you're doing stuff. Think of, this is my home. I'm part of a team.
Yeah.
And I'm making things happen.
I'm bringing my parts in the team.
If you are a woman and you're very hands-on.
Yeah,
And you
my
can
type.
change
You can-
bulbs.
Can change
You can
tire.
Change bulbs,
My dear,
change the tires,
my husband
change
sometimes be like, girl, sit down. I'll transform my. What I say?
Oh yes.
In fact, when I finish,
Oh
I'm going
yes.
to do.
We're baby.
Yeah. It's out of love. Do it. I think whether you're a man, you're a woman, do it out of love. As long as the other person is also coming to power, you're not taking the other person for granted.
Exactly.
Ensure that you're not trying to just burn that person out. One person does everything. Let it be that if I can sweep, I can clean properly. Man, do it with joy.
Yeah.
Whether you're a man, you're a woman, would you rather have your house dirty because you are a man? You can do it properly.
You know?
Don't do that.
And have your clothes dirty just because you're waiting for a woman.
When
You
you
wanna do what
it doesn't make
Thank
sense.
you.
So I think understanding that the roles, this role thing, should come from a place of love. We bring a lot of peace to this gender fights and stuff. We don't need it.
Yeah.
If you love me,
We are just a team.
let's
Thank
just
you.
do what we can.
Yeah.
If today you are the one that can fix the TV, fix it with joy.
Yes.
Well, although I still can't do some things, but it doesn't change the fact that if my car breaks down right now, I'm going to call my husband.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Hello, babe, come and carry your car.
Yes, I know it can be annoying, but just accept it that this girl doesn't know how to do that
Yeah.
part.
If she
Because
can do
there
it,
are
then
other
she can
things.
do it.
And she's
There are
good in
other
other
things,
things.
exactly.
Yeah.
Other things that she can do, embrace that part. So I think we should just understand ourselves as we are, our differences, embrace it. There are a lot of things that I do as a woman that a lot of ladies don't do,
Yeah,
and they
true.
don't know how to. It doesn't mean change anything. Enjoy.
Enjoy life.
Yeah. Please,
Enjoy
can
life.
men
Do
understand
what
their
works
woman?
for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, men should understand their
They should
women.
understand their women.
Don't
You know,
compare.
you know what happens is we talk about roles, right? A woman is supposed to be in the kitchen, cooking, and all of that. Then a woman will be working. She'll be in business, so she's basically helping at home. She have just started doing the role of the man.
Yeah.
The man will not
so-called,
see that.
so-called role.
And then when it comes to I want my food,
Mhm.
and you are, oh, I'm so tired. It's a problem.
Mm.
Am I supposed to be the one to cook? But they have forgotten that this woman, she's also doing the man's role.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to be working?
Am I supposed to be
Am I
providing?
supposed to be doing
If
this?
you want to follow those roles,
You
yeah.
see, so it will never work.
Yeah.
If we come in as a team,
Yeah.
that's the only way we can
What
be
I see
successful.
what I see with some people
Yeah.
is that there's a bit of selfishness with this role thing.
Yeah.
When they want it to suit them,
Suit
that's
them.
when they remember.
That's
that,
the
oh,
mission.
you're the woman. Aren't you the woman? And then, no,
Yeah.
aren't you the man? You're supposed to provide and all
Exactly.
that. But God never created any roles
Yeah.
for us. There's nowhere in the Bible that says washing of dishes is for
For
women.
women.
And cooking is for women.
Exactly.
Neither does the Bible says that only the man can work and provide. So let's just work as a team.
As a team.
Yeah.
We have been created
That's
as
the
a
only
team.
way we can be
Let's
successful.
build our families.
Yeah.
Please, I repeat it again. Be there for your children.
Yeah.
Be there for your children. Whether you're a man or you're a woman, whether you are with your spouse or not, be there for your children. Be in the life of your children. It is not fair when you have a child that is grown, already a teenager or an adult, and says, I don't know my father. I don't know. It hurts me. It breaks my heart. Their life cannot be complete. Please be there for your children.
Yeah.
And once again, happy Mother's Day
Happy
to
Mother's
all
Day.
of